channel. I am Jean, and today we're just really going to talk about anxiety and depression, and having gone through anxiety and depression, and most people not really talking about it because, there's stigma that comes around that. Whew! Let me embarrass myself and my ancestors. So I liked someone so much. And when you're going through a place, when you're in a space where you don't like yourself and you don't appreciate yourself, you don't find anything nice about yourself, and then somebody comes into your life and they say, "Oh, you is cute," and they bring those affirmations that you haven't been telling yourself, and you actually don't feel like yourself and feel pretty or feel whatever it is. And that person says those things, and they come into your life and make you feel the things. There's a high chance of wanting you to grab onto that because you want to feel something. And most of the time when you're going through depression, there's a sense of emptiness, and there's a sense of wanting to feel something, wanting to feel alive in any way possible. For me, at that point, it was feeling this immense attraction to someone. So what happened was this person and I were chilling. And they weren't talking to me. And for a person who, my love language is touch, so just touch me, just show me that you're present. But this person was very distant, wasn't saying anything. Even when I tried to get close to them, they would move, which for me already, it's like, whoa, what have I done? And now I'm getting really anxious. I'm getting in a space of, you've done something wrong. Oh my God, you're that person. You're always doing something wrong. You're just terrible. Like the lies that comes with depression, about yourself. So those lies continued. And the more this person was cold and not talking to me and treating me like, I don't know what that is. You can make the conclusion. When I get anxious and the anxiety is building in, it's doing the things that do not need to be done. It's happening, my whole body tenses up. And then, Lord Jesus. So I get gassy. And if you haven't heard of IBS, so IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. And most people who hold tension in their stomach do face irritable bowel syndrome. So where your body tenses up, your muscles in your stomach tenses up, and then you build gas. And the only way you can take out gas is either you burp out, or the back door. Just say something so that I can breathe and my stomach can breathe. You get me? I just want my stomach to breathe. I don't even want me to breathe. I want my stomach to breathe. But I didn't do anything. Classic. So my stomach is like, yo, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for calmness. For this person to talk to you so that there's calmness. No, but it's not coming. So, we will express ourselves. I was in my undergrad, living in a student res. Just a room with your bed there and your bathroom next to it. And the person was sitting at my study table. So my study table is in between my bed and the door to my bathroom. Now I'm thinking to myself, if I go in there, whoo, the motorbike noise that will come out will be embarrassing for my life. Let me just go downstairs, because downstairs there was, a bathroom, like public bathroom to all the residents. So I went down and yeah, released myself. And it was time to go back. And I was like, okay, we've done this. Let's go back inside. And hopefully by now, the person will talk to me. I get there, this person just is not talking, nothing. And my tummy is still, it still wants to express itself. So now I have to do a whole trip up and down, and I was living on the second floor. Wow, guys. This day is going down. Hey, they showed me flames. I had to go down. Release myself. Then come back up. Then go Anyway. Then now they got to the point where now it needed to come out concurrently. Consecutively. One after the other. Not even waiting for me to go to the bathroom. Right there, I just get into the room and the person is right there and I'm trying to walk out. Wait, hold on. Do you know those movies where, those cartoons where when something happens and this character gets embarrassed and they're just farting?
Let me see.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
And you know, while they're running, they can't hold it, they just can't, you know, themselves. That's what was happening to me. Now I was trying to walk out properly with my dignity so I can go release it. But no. It happened in front of the person and it was just coming out. It was just bullet after bullet. Jesus. Another bullet. Hey! So that happened. And then later the person did have a conversation with me and told me what was going on. And of course I did calm down and my tummy was able to breathe. So it did breathe. But it was too late. I had embarrassed me, my ancestors, my whole lineage. Embarrassment. The embarrassment in itself, just from what was happening with my own body and then what was happening with the situation with the person, and just realizing that I had let myself go so far that I don't even know who I am. Your number one responsibility before anyone else is your mental health. And I had put that at the back door. Not that back door, but I had put that at the back burner. And that's what got me to that space. I had struggled with depression and anxiety for a very long time. I had struggled with depression for at least 2 years prior to that incident. And I had learned how to push it down. So when that happened, it made me realize how far gone I had gone to try to hide what was really happening, what was the root cause. I had to understand that feeding my trigger was only going to allow me to stay in this position for so long, for so many years, for as long as I make this cycle keep going, keep, entertaining my trigger, keep feeding. I don't like myself. Like I will keep feeding it and it will keep happening and I will grow older with the same patterns. And the things about patterns, we tell ourselves, when you grow older, you think, you got it all, you will get it all figured out. But the patterns that you create and you keep feeding, and that cycle, it keeps continuing and you grow up, and that's the same way you're going to be living your life. So patterns don't change if you don't intentionally change them. And I had to realize that I was feeding my triggers. And I had to take a step back. Now, I want to feel something. One, that's what I want to do. Secondly, I am very empty right now. So what are those things that I can do to fulfill myself? to make myself feel alive again. So I'm just not that girl who's like, like just laying in bed and just want you to make them feel something. I'm a girl who's full of life, who's so bright, who, loves life, laughs about everything, and makes jokes. I had forgotten who that girl was, so I lost myself. I realized that my art was one of those things that made me feel alive. So I went back to singing, I went back to dancing. And the more I did that, the more I felt like myself. And don't get me wrong, it didn't start off by I realized that then, oops, I got up and I was dancing. I had the energy of the whole Africa. No. I played music next to me that I loved, that I enjoyed, that made me dance. Sang to it while I was laying on my bed. I got up to shower. Just a small step as taking a shower. A small step as getting something to eat. Small steps and rewarding yourself for it and just being like, I am proud of you, girl. You're doing good. When it comes to anxiety and when it comes to depression, understanding your triggers and then countering that, telling yourself truths when all that you're thinking of right now is lies. Sometimes you're unable to tell yourself those truths, so what you could do is write them down. So now I'm thinking, you're just worthless. Then I write something down that says, you were great. You did this. You sang in front of the church. You led a workshop with girls and they loved it. And one girl went home feeling like themselves again. Just those small rewards mean a lot. When you discover your triggers, it is so important to actually have people that keep you accountable. I have one best friend who gets on my nerves. She really does. But it's because she keeps me so accountable and she will not bullshit around me. She will tell me as it is. So 1, stop feeding your triggers. 2, find a circle of people that really love you and are intentional with you and they'll keep you accountable. Have those people that can walk with you in your journey. You don't have to do it by yourself. I wish you love and joy and compassion. Be compassionate towards yourself before you're compassionate to anyone. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. Comment your embarrassing stories when it comes to how you've expressed your anxiety and where you experienced anxiety. Where were you? What happened? Please comment. Let's talk about it. Be compassionate towards yourself and subscribe. I love you, my neighbors. And I love your ancestors too.